Yo, I was reading this part of the Quran and I'm telling you, chills. Okay, listen, this is Surah Yasin and Allah is talking about the day of judgment. Okay, so he says, the trumpet will be sounded and lo and behold they will rush out to their Lord from their graves. Okay, so think about like that Halloween Town scene where everybody's up from their graves and you just see a bunch of people that are supposed to be dead. The graveyards are empty. Okay, all Israfil had to do, peace be upon him, is he just had to hit the trumpet once. It was just one single blast and boom, you were out of your graves. You were brought before us, before Allah, right? Then he's like, no soul will be wronged in the least. You won't be repaid for your deeds. No big deal, right? Like you're not gonna be wrong. You're not gonna be done dirty. Like Allah is fair. He's just. If you were a bad person, you're gonna have a bad afterlife. If you were a good person, I'm gonna take care of you. And he's like, the people of paradise are happily occupied. They're and their spouses seated on couches with shade. Literally, they can have whatever they want, anything they ask for. Have whatever they want. Then this is where it gets a little dark. Okay, he goes, but step aside today, you guilty ones. Oh my God, I started getting scared. He said, children of Adam, did I not command you not to serve Satan? For he was your sworn enemy. Didn't I tell you? He said, I told you to serve me. This is the straight path. Okay, he said, he has led great numbers of you astray. Did you not use your reason? The brain I gave you, the free will I gave you, did you not use it? I started getting scared. This is the fire I warned you against. Like, he's like, bro, I sent you down book after book after book. Your book was the Quran. He's talking about the last like generations of people after Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He's saying, bro, I sent you the Quran and you ignored it. There's all these volumes of Ibn Kathir and all these tasfirs, all these hadiths and stuff, and you ignored it. He said, you guilty ones, enter it today, the fire, because you went on ignoring my commands, Allah's commands. He's like, on that day we shall seal up their mouths. Okay, listen, this is where he gets crazy. We shall seal up their mouths, but their hands will speak to us, and their feet bear witness to everything they have done. Do you realize you're not even going to be able to be your own lawyer on the day of judgment? You're not even going to be able to speak for yourself. You're not going to say nothing. This is gone. You can't even try to explain for yourself. Because guess what? Your hands are going to be like, oh yeah, when I was 16, I did this, blah, 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 blah. This and that. Oh, this hand was used to steal, blah, 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 blah. And the feet, you know what the feet are gonna, oh yeah, I walked into that club and I walked towards a drink of alcohol and I was standing by the bar for like a good 30 minutes from what I remember. Bro, I don't know, but they're gonna be talking for you, okay? This was the one that really got me. He said, if it had been our will, if I wanted to, Allah saying, if I wanted to, I could have taken away their sight. We could have taken away their sight. They would have struggled to find the way, but how could they have seen it? Allah is saying, bro, I could take your sight away so that you don't even try looking for the straight path. But how could you have even seen it? You haven't seen it this far, so you still wouldn't have seen it now. It could have been right in front of your face, and you still not gonna see it. 2 ayahs later, he goes, if we extend anyone's life, we reverse his development. Do they not use their reason? Bro, do you know what that means? He said, even if I extended your life, even if I gave you a chance to do better, to do more, to get more good sense, even if I did that, do you not realize that we just reverse your development? You start here as a baby that needs to be fed, clothed, everything. You can't even live on your own. You're a freaking baby, okay? You're gonna go through life, die. Guess what? It's a circle of life. Okay? You're gonna become old and senile. You're gonna become just a baby again. It's Benjamin buttoning yourself, okay? You are gonna need to be clothed, fed, everything. You're not gonna be able to do anything alone. You come back, you reverse your development. You going back to being a baby. You going back to all that. Like, bro, he said, do they not use their reason? Do you not use your brain? Bro, in this surah, Allah keeps asking, he said, use your brain. Use your reason. I gave you the signs, I gave you this, I gave you this. me chill. This surah gave me chills because I was like, yeah, it's really that easy. Use your reason. Like, bro, you don't need to become some kind of Quran scholar. You don't need to do Quran study with an imam or something. Okay, just go pick up the Quran, because look, the Quran literally tells us. This is only a reminder and a plain Quran. Allah tells us this is a very simple Quran. Even the tafsir says it is clear and self-explanatory to the one who ponders and comprehends its meaning. Self-explanatory. Okay, it's very, very clear stuff. You don't need to do all of the above to understand the Quran. Just open the Quran. Open your heart and read it. Understand it. Okay, I'm telling you, people always ask me, how did you get closer to Islam? I read the Quran. When I first saw this comment, I was like, no, this is not what I'm talking about. This is not deja vu. But it reminded me of this conversation I had with one of my best friends. We were on the phone, and I told him my theory of deja vu, and then I kind of put it together in my head Islamically. Okay, so let me tell you what we already know. Because what do we know about the feeling of deja vu? The feeling of deja vu feels like, oh my god, I've been here before. It's feeling like, oh my god, I was wearing the same outfit. Oh my god, I was talking to this camera. Oh my god, I saw these flowers next to me. Oh my god, like, I literally feel like I was in this kitchen and it was dark outside. Like, that's what deja vu feels like. Deja vu feels like we've been here before. So that's why I'm like, no, our dreams, we weren't there before. It can't be deja vu. So then I was thinking, it's the multiple realities theory that I have with that combines the expansion of the universe and predestination with our free will. So we know that in Islam we have free will, right? So they say the truth is from your Lord, so whoever wills, let him believe in, whoever wills, let him disbelieve. And in another part, surely this is a reminder, so let whoever wills take the right way to their Lord. So we all pretty much know that in Islam, free will is a whole thing, okay? But we also know that indeed, we have created everything perfectly preordained. So Allah has already predestined everything. He already knows everything that's going to happen. Because remember, Allah exists out of time. And if you want to visualize how He exists out of time, it's the same way that we exist out of 2D because we're in 3D. So this guy here, he can't move out of this page into the 3D world. He can only move up, and he can only move out, X and Y axis. We're on a Z axis. We can do 3D, forward and back. This guy can't. Allah can do every single dimension, beyond the 4th dimension, beyond the 5th dimension, beyond any dimension. He created the dimensions, right? So Allah, He is the same way we're beyond being stuck on a piece of paper and only moving forward, like only moving left, right, up, down. It's the same way Allah is beyond everything. And at the same time, we also know we built the universe with great might. Allah did. And we are certainly expanding it. Allah is expanding it. So you're probably gonna wonder, like, how does the expansion of the universe have to do with free will, have to do with predestination? And that's how I'm gonna explain that that's what deja vu is. Like, when we're talking about space-time, it means, like, think about it. You can't meet up with somebody and see them without a time. You can't meet up with somebody at a certain time without knowing where in space, like where. So you literally cannot be in the same place as somebody if you're not there at the same time, and if you're not there in the same place. Happen without each other. Space is time and time is space. Okay, so let me explain why. And it's quantum physics, and it's a little advanced, but I think I can, layman's term it out to explain it to everybody. So, the expansion of the universe and predestination, if Allah is telling us that He is always expanding the universe, right? It's always expanding. That's space-time, right? So that would, in my eyes, it would mean that means it's because it's making more space for the different timelines. Because remember, He already wrote everything. He already knows what we're gonna do. And so to understand the free will of that is because, think about it like a virtual video game or whatever, like those Netflix games where it's like, oh, you have these options, what's your next one? And then it moves you to a next reality. Like if you chose B, it would show you the next screen for B. And if you chose A, it would show you the next screen for A. And they're two different screens. So everything is Allah already knows all the possible choices you have and all the outcomes to those possible choices. So those are our different timelines that he's creating